It was a day of rain at that tender turning of the year when summer still held a few roses close, and the first apples had begun to loosen themselves from the trees, and Mouse had nowhere she was required to be. She put on her little coat and went out into the glen, where Rain was waiting upon the path. A beautiful Rain dressed in drifting grey silks, layer upon layer of pearl and dove and silver, with long sleeves fine as mist, and a gown that brushed the wet grasses behind her. It was the sort of dress Mouse thought one ought to wear with one's very best shoes, though Rain herself went barefoot, leaving dark, shining footprints upon the earth. "I have been travelling," Rain said, slipping her arm through Mouse's, "and I have found gentle things everywhere." She told Mouse of feathers upon window-sills, lamps left burning for late travellers, blackbirds singing beside quiet kitchens, and a little dog who had laid his head upon the knee of someone who had been sad for so long that the simple warmth of him made her cry. And as they walked, another figure appeared a little way behind them, wrapped in a pale blue-grey shawl, carrying nothing, saying nothing, and walking with her eyes upon the ground. Mouse knew her. "Loneliness," she whispered. Rain nodded. "She follows many of us, sometimes." Loneliness came nearer and sat beside Mouse when they reached the waterfall beneath the birches. She was a small, quiet being, with pockets full of old photographs, half-remembered songs, and names she was afraid of forgetting. And Mouse found that when she looked closely, there was something terribly tender about her. The waterfall lifted its white head above the stones. "Stay a while," it called. "I have carried 1,000 solitary drops, and every one of them found the river." Loneliness looked up. Then the gentle breeze came wandering through the bracken, smelling of wet fern, sea air, and the far-away hills, and touched Loneliness upon the cheek. "There you are," she whispered, as though she had been looking for her. They went on together to the old apple tree, where Mouse settled beneath the branches and poured tea from her little flask. Rain arranged her silver skirts in the grass. Loneliness drew her shawl around her shoulders, and the breeze climbed into the leaves above them. Drip! A drop fell beside Mouse's cup. Plip! Another trembled upon an apple leaf. Mouse sipped her tea while the orchard breathed around them, smelling of wet bark, bruised fruit, and the first cool promise of autumn. And after a little while, an apple dropped softly into Loneliness's lap. She stared at it. "For me?" The old tree rustled. Mouse smiled. "I think so." And there they remained for a long time, best beloved, Rain in her beautiful grey silks, breeze whispering among the leaves, Waterfall talking to the stones below, Mouse drinking her tea, and Loneliness, turning a red apple slowly in her hands until she no longer seemed quite so lonely. So when rain taps upon your window and Loneliness happens to be sitting beside you, make room for them a while. Listen to the water, the wind, the trees, and the small sounds gathering beneath the eaves. Somewhere a bird may be coming closer. Somewhere a kettle is beginning to sing. Somewhere an apple is loosening from its branch. The world has 1,000 quiet ways of reaching you. Listen a while, dear heart. Gentle things will find you,